Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about something that's very personal to me, and that is dyslexia. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I found out that I was dyslexic very late on in life. I found out when I was 21 and I'm 41 now. And I know some of you out there may struggle with dyslexia or may know someone who's got dyslexic kids or may think they may have dyslexic children themselves. I'm not too sure. So this is just to cover a few points and give you a few tips in that area. So for me personally, up until the age of 21 when I found out I was dyslexic, I had completely struggled with the standard education system. I struggled through school, I struggled through college, and then I finally struggled through university. But I actually managed to get through those things, and it created large amounts of frustration, anxiety, worry, I'd even say depression, because you get to a point where you're not sure why you can't do something or why your brain works in a certain way, and you can never pinpoint what it actually is. Now for me, obviously, back then, dyslexia wasn't such a huge hot topic, so it wasn't picked up on. I'm sure now in the standard schooling system it probably is. But that kind of stress and worry doesn't serve you as a child, and it certainly doesn't serve you as an adult. And even to this day, I still have worries and nightmares about my childhood and how things used to be. But the point that how I moved on from that is when I found out I was dyslexic, it really opened up my eyes to realising that actually, even though I am dyslexic, I'd got through those problems and actually overcome those areas of my life and come out with some fairly decent grades and managed to start my kind of adult life and getting a career. But what I actually do now with my dyslexia is that I look at it as being my greatest power. I couldn't do what I do today if it wasn't for my dyslexia, and the reason for that is that for my particular type of dyslexia, I use the right hand side of my brain, and the right hand side of our brains are very good at looking at things at a very high level. So you'll find that things like people like project managers or engineers or designers tend to use the right hand side of their brain more than the left side. The left hand side is more for that kind of acute information, looking at the details. So you'll find programmers, mathematicians, engineers of specific types will use that side of their brain more. And interestingly enough, people with autism use their left side of their brain more because they're very highly focused on a specific area. So for me, having that high level view of things helps me to do my everyday job. Now my everyday job, I'm a training consultant, so I go into companies and I help out with training work, e-learning, and I look at everything as a whole, and that is a really big advantage with that particular role. And as a health coach, which I do also in the evenings, that helps me look at people's kind of problems, look at their situation, and look at it from a high enough level to actually find the overall arching problem and look at the cause. So that has really helped me with my own particular journey. So the point of this is that we can all have problems and we can all have these different areas or issues with how we look at our brain and how we learn. But a dyslexic brain is very unique. And I think that if you are dyslexic or you know someone that you potentially think could be dyslexic, don't look at it as being a negative thing. Some of the biggest, brightest minds out there are dyslexic. So Richard Branson, Elon Musk, Einstein, there's a whole bunch of people that were dyslexic but had very successful careers. And you generally find lots of entrepreneurs out there, people that think slightly different. A high percentage of them are dyslexic. And if you do think that you may fit on that spectrum or know someone that is, I highly recommend having a read of this book. It's called The Dyslexic Advantage, and it'll give you lots of insights into how your particular dyslexia works for you or how your child's dyslexia works. And what this book really well does is that it gives you ideas of what kind of scenarios your brain works well in, which helps you to think, okay, well maybe this is how I should learn this particular topic, or when I'm at college maybe I should do it in this way, or maybe these subjects are subjects that are better for me. And just having a framework around your dyslexia can really help you to focus and hone in on your skills and actually get the biggest kind of power out of that, or the biggest kind of advantage from your dyslexia, rather than looking at it as a hindrance or a problem. I hope you find this video useful, guys, and I said it's something that's really personal to me. I'll be really interested to hear any of you guys out there that have got dyslexia and how you've dealt with it and how it affects your kind of lifestyle as well. If you've got any comments or questions, leave them below and I'll do my best to answer them. But I'll look forward to catching you in the next video.